guys, Jenifer here. I have a few things that I created that I would like to share with you. It is for a swap that I did over in Ooh La La Vintage Treasures Facebook group. It was a Birds and Blossoms altered egg carton swap. We had to alter the egg carton and then create 6 snippet collages and 3 altered buttons. So let me go ahead and, oh, my swap partner, by the way, was twinz4me2, which is Christy. She's here on YouTube. Hi, Christy. And I want to share with you my altered egg carton. This is my altered egg carton, and I think it turned out really nice. I ended up painting mine pink, kind of with a light coat of pink. And I was trying to Mod Podge some lace onto the top, but I didn't love how it looked, but it gave it a good first layer. And then I actually added some love story paper, which I don't even think you can see the paper on here anymore. It's pretty much all covered up, but that's okay. So my next layer here was this tulle trim. It's a double layered trim, and then some tea dyed lace under here on top of that, and then this is like some really soft kind of eyelash trim. It's pink and it's just very subtle. You can kind of see it peeking out. And then I added this really pretty applique piece here on the top. It's in the front. And then I just started layering some things. I kind of made like this little mini nest for my bird, and it's from this little crocheted flower. And then I added a lace, like I cut a flower out of lace and I just added that on top. Here's a doily that I kind of scrunched up to lift the bird up. And then I added another doily in here and some flowers. This is from I Am Roses, and this is a Prima. This is from Archana's store at Secret Garden on Facebook. And then these are some pearls that I just kind of strung through here. And let's see, this is a Renee Bouquet's butterfly, a leaf die cut back here, and I added a few little curly strands of paper. And then this really pretty bow I made from some vintage fabric. It's kind of like a burlap, but it's a lot thinner, and it was in Doreen's Christmas tree kit. And then I added this little bird on top. He was a little plain, so I added some sparkle to his feathers. And that's my top of the egg carton here. And so inside, I'm gonna have to really snug this stuff down. So inside I kept it pretty simple. I did add this love story paper in here, and I thought it was cute because it had the birds in the bird cage and some flowers there. I added a little bit of this dainty lace and a Prima flower. This egg carton I got from Stampin' Up, and honestly I actually prefer the ones from Hobby Lobby because I had purchased these last year. I really wanted to use them, but they're not as sturdy, so I had to put a piece of lace here to kind of make sure that this piece didn't fall off, honestly. And inside I did paint it pink as well, and I added my buttons. So I will show you my little altered buttons. So here's my first little button, and it has some chain, like rhinestone dangle here. And then I have a little doily underneath, this little piece of another piece of like trim that just kind of looked really tattered and just looked cute there, a little flower trim. And then this little millinery flower, a piece of wedding applique, and then this little bird. And then I did this one. So this one is on a mint green button there. The first one was a pale pink. And then I did a few pieces of the like brass colored metal pieces. These were from Doreen's kits. And I added a tatted piece from the lace lady, Linda, on YouTube. She created me a bunch of tatted doilies. So I put that one on there, and you can kind of see it peeking around. And then this little rhinestone bow and a little pearl, and then this flower, and then this flower, and a little piece of applique that looked like a butterfly. It was from a little trim. And then I put a little rhinestone in here and another one up there, and some sequin trim here. So I thought that one turned out really cute. And then this one is in the heart shape. This is a heart-shaped button. So this one has turned out really cute too. I've got some wedding applique on the bottom and some, like, I forget what this is made of. It was a Martha Stewart little flower there, and a little tiny wild orchid craft flower. This is a millinery flower, some pearl stamen, and a little piece of tatting right there, and a rhinestone. So that one turned out really cute too. So this is another button that I made, and this is on like a tan colored button, and I added a piece of some trim underneath, or it might be a little doily trim. I can't remember. It's actually can go like this. This is a little butterfly, so whatever way you want him flying there. And then this little flower here, two little flowers from an applique, and then these two tiny pieces of rhinestone, and then there's a rhinestone here and a millinery flower and another wild orchid craft flower. So I also added just a few of these little rose applique pieces in here on both sides, and then I decided to create a little journal charm here, or just something to add on to a project. Very simple. So I hung it off of this little clasp here. I hung a piece of trim, and this little piece hung put a little piece of bling on there, sparkle, whatever you want to call it. I have this little tassel trim here, and then I added some chain and added this little flower charm from Doreen's kits, and then this is the Frank Garcia, and then a couple of beads from Doreen's bits. And then I added this little piece of tatted trim, and then this little dangle here was also from an Ooh La La kit. I thought that I wanted to add a little bit of something else in there, since, you know, give her some little treat extra. Okay, so next up I have the lace collages, the snippet collages, and I have to admit that this was my first time making these. I kind of struggled a little bit, to be honest with you, and my friend Violet was here, Paper Made Pretty here on YouTube. Hi Violet. She helped me make some snippet collages. So Christy, you have some snippet collages from me and some snippet collages from Violet. I hope that you don't mind, but I think you're really gonna like them because you have a little bit of both of us here. So I will start off with Violet's, and she made 3 and I made 3. So look how beautiful this is. I thought Violet made such pretty snippet collages. Let me move mine over here, and I will share this one with you. Isn't this just so sweet? So she added a ton of laces and ton of layers. So she's got a little piece of, we used actually jeans because I didn't really have canvas. So I had some jeans that I used the fabric off of because I was altering a jean pocket, and so I had some of this left. And here's some like applique bit, and then some vintage lace under there, and some more vintage lace. This really pretty embroidered trim that was in an Ooh La La kit. This, I believe I got this from Crafty Me shop a long time ago, so this was in my hoard vault, and these were some bits that Violet added all over. Aren't they sweet? And I just thought this little spool was the cutest thing ever that she put twine on and added that. And then this says love, and there's a piece of some vintage lace at the top. Isn't that sweet? I thought that turned out really nice. So there that one is. And then this one, Violet made such pretty ones. She added this pretty like sari fabric here, and then some bits of an applique. Here's some lace. You can see there's like pretty applique bits here, and another piece of this shower curtain that I had taken apart, and some wedding applique up here. She put a word tile here, and a little button off of a wedding dress there, and then this really pretty dangle trim, a piece of like a metal piece I found that she found in my collection, and then a little vintage button with a flatback pearl on it. So that turned out really cute. Thanks so much, Violet, for helping me. And then here, I think I want to say this one was probably my favorite out of the ones she made. I love the shape of it. And she put this another piece of that shower curtain from I got in a while back, and some lace trim under here. This I stamped on another pair of jeans that says "You Are Beautiful," and then there's a doily and another applique piece here and a piece of trim. And she layered all these little bits, and then this cute little bow right here. Another rhinestone, and then a vintage button. So cute. Isn't that just precious? I really love it. I love how these pieces are just sticking out too. So then here are the ones that I made here. So let's start out with this one. This one says create, and I used the jean on the back, some vintage lace back here, or some cotton lace maybe it's not vintage, and then this is a piece of doily over here, like the part of the doily runner that when you cut the doilies off, this is kind of what's left. And then I used a really pretty applique piece. I think I did put a piece of lace on top of that as well. I'm not sure, maybe not on this one. This says create, that I stamped on there, a vintage button, and some applique bits here, and a piece of this from a piece of fabric. Oh, and then this is some seam binding that I had dyed earlier. I just had some left, and I thought that went really pretty with this. Okay. And then I decided to make a round one. And I used the jean, and then I had a pretty round doily that was really vintage. I was kind of bummed that it covered it up, but it's okay. It had like a butterfly theme on it, but it's still pretty like this. And then I added this real pretty wedding applique, a piece of another, probably, I don't know, maybe some lace, an Ooh La La rhinestone piece. It says "You Are Beautiful," some tatted trim here, and then pieces of the shower curtain kind of sticking out like that, and then a bow and a vintage button. So I thought that was cute. And then my last one here is this one. Again, use the jean material in the back and some eyelet trim here, and this real pretty material, kind of like the bow that I created on the egg carton, and some lace. And then this is You Make Life Sparkle. And then I did a lot of layers here, so I added this piece of trim, this tatted doily, another piece of trim here, and another piece here from Doreen's kits, and then this bow and a little flower. So I think it's really pretty. I just kind of love doing the layers. It's kind of like freeing, because it's just like, I don't know, you just collaging things, and it's kind of fun. So anyway, these are the snippets. I hope that you like those. And lastly, I created this little mini doily banner for her. It says Christy on it. I hope you can see the whole thing, probably not. But I'll just show you part of it here. So I just created this out of, I think, one doily and an extra piece, because I think I needed 7 pieces. And I did this real simple, guys. I took the doilies and then I glued them to this piece of lace from OLLVT. And then I used this trim that I had in my stash. And I had the punch from Stamping Up. And I used that to punch this paper from Love Story by Prima. And I just put little tiny bits, some applique pieces with sequins. Let me zoom in for you. Little flowers there, and pretty much the same. So these are the same on the other side, these 3. And then this one in the middle, I shouldn't say they're all the same, but the C is the same as the Y, the H is the same as the T, and the R is the same as the S, and then the middle has this dangle in it with the little tiny bow. I made this little tiny bow on my bow at all. I thought it was so cute. And I added this little pom-pom trim here and some little applique there, and then that had the dress form in the middle, so I thought it was cute, with the little pearl dangle from OLLVT. So you can see how sweet this is. And it's very simple. I hope Christy likes it, because it's can hang, you know, from her little desk or anywhere, since it doesn't take up that much room. So there that is. So I hope that Christy likes all the things that I made for her, and I hope that it's a good one. I hope that I didn't disappoint. I really tried my hardest. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I will leave the link to the Facebook group for OLLVT Vintage Treasures, and as well as Christy's channel. And I will talk to you guys real soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye for now.